What up, y'all? It's your man Abuamerican, second video here back to back. As you can tell by the background of my shirt, I haven't changed anything. Hey, let me fix this real quick. I wanted to talk about, turn this here a bit. Sorry guys, I got this new little like remote face tracking thing. And I got like a new light over here because people were talking about lighting in my videos. So I'm upping my game a little bit. I might even get an intro made for me on Fiverr. We'll see. Anyway, I wanted to talk to feminists and women, but in specific feminists, and this is a message to you feminists, and it's about Western society. Whether you like it or not, we're going to go with facts here. Western society was built as a patriarchy, and in specific, a cisgendered white patriarchy. It is a white patriarchy. So, Western society is a square. Let's say the pegs, not square peg, the YouTuber, but you got the peg things where you put the pegs inside the holes. You got the circles, you got the triangles, you got the squares. Western society is a square, and what you're doing when you try and like alter Western society into something more egalitarian, feminist, whatever it is you're trying to do, you're trying to force a triangle into that square hole. You're trying to force a square or a round peg, a peg that doesn't belong in the square hole, into that square. It's obviously not designed to do that, so there's going to be some damage, either to the peg or to the society, which is the square hole in this particular example I'm giving. Either way, something's going to be damaged, or both are, because it wasn't designed or built for what you're trying to make it. You literally have to build something from scratch, brand new, in order to make it fit the way you want it to. What's happened here is people have built something and you want to lay claim to it. That's what's happened. And it doesn't work like that in real life. If you, women, build something, let's relate this to a way that you can maybe, personalize. You have a child, and you consider that child a part of you because it's grown inside of you. And then someone just comes along and says, hey, you know what? I like that child. I'm going to take it. You would fight them, would you not? What you're doing to society is you're trying to come along and take the baby of the ancestors of white patriarchs. And it wasn't built for you or by you. It'd be like someone trying to take something that you built or something that you made. Or in this particular example that I'm giving, your body produced. And you have an affinity and a proclivity towards. You wouldn't stand for it. You'd be upset. Now imagine if that child passively understood what had happened, and you were forced as that child into a situation to where you would prefer to be with your parent, but you were kidnapped. But because of cisgendered whatever shaming tactics, you are forced to stay with your kidnapper or the one who killed your parents or whatever else. Sort of like Black America and slavery. You'd be quite upset, and that would cause problems, psychological problems in the child. Again, trying to alter society to be something that it was never designed to be is going to cause damage to the society. And you need only look at our ancestors, from the Romans to the Byzantines to the Turks to whatever empire, the Greek, historically, that you wish to look at. Every time they come to an apex in power and the people try and change it because everybody wants that power, what happens? They get it, they alter it, it collapses. And then chaos ensues, and then you women take huge, huge hits. It's always you women and children. It goes back to the rule of the jungle. The strong will survive. Are you them? You're not. You are in the movies. And I know that feels good in the movies. Oh, we're so awesome or whatever else. But, when you're looking at a collapse of a society, which you are driving by trying to push these ideas and concepts which are foreign to the society and the way it was built, just because men want to show you deference and care, and that they care, and so you can demand it, and so they give it to you, and you understand that. that doesn't change the fact that no matter what it is you think you're doing is positive, it is not. You are going to cause the collapse of your society, and you, women, will be the hardest hit and the most to suffer. Men will go and fight and kill and die, and our suffering ends with that. A man dies, his job is done, his struggle is over. But those men who are left behind, the savages, those who are the most brutal, the strong, they come and they take what they want. And usually that's two things: riches and women. You go back to being chattel and property. You've emasculated your men. You've turned them effeminate. Western society, when you look at it and how many men are becoming gay or soft or whatever else, who is going to be the protectors of your society? You women? You really going to do it? When the Islamic hordes come invading from the east, are you going to go on a battlefield and face them? I'm just saying. You really need to think about what you're doing. I think you should take a step back, reanalyze what you're doing, and the bigger picture. I understand the solipsistic nature of women that you only see here and now, but you are capable of long-term thought. And I really think you need to reevaluate what you're doing. Men have already lost investment in marriage. The numbers, like they say, are just dropping in free fall in terms of marriage. And when men are not invested in women, they will not protect them. And we see this in social media also. Women are getting knocked out. White knighting is becoming less and less. Why? Because men are not invested in protecting women. You. And that's your fault. Take it or leave it. It's my advice. It's my opinion. I don't know what else to tell you. You asked for it, you got it. What do they say? You made your bed, sleep in it. This type of stuff. But I have women folk that I worry about, and there's more than one woman folk that I have to worry about, and so that spreads me thin. So I got a lot of sons. We're gonna protect our women folk. But you, I don't know what you're doing. What do you think you're doing? Stop trying to force something into being what it's not, because you're just going to damage it. And I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to build. You're not trying to build anything. You're just only trying to destroy. What's the benefit? It's just chaos what you're doing. So I advise you against it. It has been less than ideal for us as black people. And this is crazy that I, as a black man, who Western society built its entire structure, the edifice of the Western society was basically built on our backs as black people. I'm defending it from white women. Do you see how mad you've made things so crazy that I am trying to defend a white patriarchy that stepped on my ancestors? Do you see how bad it's gotten? Just think of the madness of that statement I just made right there. A black male who historically his ancestors were downtrodden upon and oppressed severely for a long time by the very patriarchy that you struggle against is defending that same patriarchy because you guys are messing it up so bad. Because regardless of how bad it is now, I've been to 43 countries. Do you know how bad some of those places are? I don't want to see that out here. I'm happy. It's not perfect. But then what in life is perfect? Where am I going to go and it's going to be great? You can go to Africa and black people are racist against other black people. Racism is just a fact of human life. The entire Western melting pot and all this stuff, I'm kind of ranting now, is an experiment that is so brand new to humanity in general, because we do divide upon lines of race, culture, and language, and ethnicity, or excuse me, ethnicity, not race. This is how humanity has divided itself, and they have united themselves over the history of time. This is a brand new thing. I don't expect people not to be racist. Even I have some racist ideologies, or at least bigoted, if not racist. I don't know what they are, but I definitely look at certain people and I'm just like, those guys over there, let me tell you about those. I do it too. I can't expect someone else not to do it. But whatever. Enough ranting. I think you need to slow down. I think you really need to stop and reevaluate what you're doing. Because whatever you think you're creating or not, you're just destroying. And maybe you don't see that. But talking to women. Talking logic and reason to women. That's... You see how crazy it is? This is how crazy the whole situation is. Talking logic and reason to women. Oh, God. This is your man, Abuamerican. Catch me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Call it Abuamerican. I'm out.